Over 2,000 jobs are on the brink of jeopardy as a prominent oil and gas enterprise plunges into administration, a stark reminder of how fragile our energy landscape can be. Imagine starting your week with news that could reshape livelihoods across Scotland. That's the reality facing employees of Petrofac, the energy services giant that's just filed for insolvency. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this collapse merely a corporate stumble, or does it expose deeper flaws in an industry grappling with debt, scandals, and a shifting global focus toward greener alternatives? Let's dive in and unpack the details, making sense of it all for those new to the world of corporate crises and energy transitions. The announcement came on Monday, revealing that Petrofac, a London-based firm specializing in oil and energy services, has entered administration. This means the company's operations will keep running as usual for now, while administrators explore pathways for restructuring, potential mergers, or even acquisitions with its main creditors. It's a bit like hitting pause on a sinking ship to see if it can be refloated, and insiders are optimistic that a quick buyer might emerge for Petrofac's North Sea operations, possibly within days. This could bring some much-needed relief, especially for Energy Secretary Ed Miliband, who's been briefed on the situation alongside other government officials. To understand administration simply, think of it as a legal process where a struggling company hands over control to neutral experts. Their goal? To protect what's left of value, ensure ongoing operations, and find the best way forward. In Petrofac's case, administrators from Teneo will collaborate with the company's leadership to maintain delivery of services, safeguarding jobs and contracts as much as possible. This isn't breaking news out of thin air. Sky News first hinted at the potential insolvency, and now it's official. For context, Petrofac's troubles stem from a major contract cancellation by its top client last week, but this downfall has been brewing for years. Once valued at over £6 billion, the firm has battled hefty debts and even faced a serious fraud office probe, leading to a 2021 conviction for failing to prevent bribery. They coughed up millions in penalties, underscoring the ethical minefields in the oil sector. And this is the part most people miss. Petrofac's saga is part of a bigger conversation about the UK's energy future. Founded in 1981 in Texas, the company designs, builds, and manages offshore equipment for energy firms worldwide, employing around 7,300 people globally. They've been negotiating a major financial overhaul for over a year, with a High Court-approved plan in May aimed at slashing debt and pumping in fresh capital. But that plan was reversed, sparking renewed talks with creditors for a new deal. For Ed Miliband, this administration isn't just a bad headline, it's a test of his energy policies amid warnings about Britain's offshore oil industry's future. An advisory firm, Kroll, has been brought in by the Department for Energy Security and Net Zero to assist ministers in navigating this crisis. Shifting gears slightly, but still in the energy realm, it's worth noting how renewables are stealing the spotlight. Just recently, experts reported that renewable sources have overtaken coal in electricity production for the first time, a milestone that contrasts sharply with Petrofac's fossil fuel roots. And elsewhere, 125 jobs are slated to vanish at the Lindsey oil refinery, with critics accusing ministers of being out of touch. These stories paint a picture of an industry in flux, where traditional giants like Petrofac face headwinds from environmental shifts and economic pressures. Which brings us to the controversy: is Petrofac's downfall a victim of its own mismanagement, or a casualty of a world pivoting away from oil? Some argue that government support for fossil fuels is hypocritical in the era of climate change, while others see these collapses as natural market corrections. And here's a counterpoint to ponder: could aggressive pushes for renewables be unfairly accelerating the demise of jobs in traditional energy, leaving workers in the lurch? What do you think? Does Petrofac's administration highlight the need for smoother transitions to sustainable energy, or is it proof that we can't abandon oil overnight? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that scandals like bribery erode trust in the industry, or disagree that renewables are the real threat here? Let's discuss.